Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of our Mailbox Power Success Stories. My name is Wendy McGee and I am the Director of Client Relations here at Mailbox Power. And I am so lucky because I get to interview so many of our amazing users and affiliates that are sharing the Mailbox Power story, that are using Mailbox Power to build their businesses. And there are just so many fun case studies that I've been able to share. So today, I am so excited to welcome Jerilyn McDonald to our Mailbox Power Success Spotlight. She is the owner of a dance studio. She is a businesswoman. She is an entrepreneur, and she is also a dance teacher. And I'm so excited to hear a little bit more about your story today and have you share with everyone, and then also how you've used Mailbox Power. So, Jerilyn, welcome. Thank you so much for agreeing to be my guest today.
It's good to be here.
I'm just going to jump in and have you tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your history, who you are, where you're from, and maybe what got you involved in owning this beautiful dance studio that you guys can see there behind her, and how that whole journey started for you. Tell us a little bit about your story.
I appreciate that, Wendy. It's a pretty long story, but I've learned how to make it very short. I am from Charlotte, North Carolina, and my studio is in a suburb of Charlotte called Matthews. But I'm originally from Texas. I grew up in a small town in Texas where football is king and drill teams are queen. And so, of course, I was involved in all of that and got a taste of dancing very early in my life. And when I was in college, I was in a drill team that traveled a lot with the football team, but also with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh my I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. I bet that you did not know that. So sorry.
I did not know that, but my Cowboys are my heart. So
love it.
Yeah. And then I, went off to school and had this heart for performing and dancing. But, the reality of that was that wasn't at the time where the money was going to be. So I majored in business and accounting and went off on my career and life for many, many years. And one day I was in my family business with my husband in financial services, and I had a very frustrating phone call, and I hung up and I said, you know what? If I don't do something about this performing arts itch that I have, and if I don't leave this, I'm going to have a big regret in life. So over the course of a very short time, I made that transition, went back to school, and started just having a lot of fun doing community theater, dancing, a lot of different fun things. And I had to learn how to do the foxtrot in a show. And I started looking for ballroom dance lessons and landed here at this studio in Matthews, North Carolina. Walked in the door, and I literally haven't left since 2012. And that's my story. I took a lot of lessons very early on. I wanted to compete. I wanted to do it all. It was so addicting that the owners of the studio offered me an opportunity to buy in after about 2 years, and I did and haven't looked back.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's so awesome. Like how your passion and this feeling that you had about something that you had done when you were younger, being involved with dance and drill team and everything, and then how it led you to being able to be a partner in a beautiful ballroom dance studio there, and getting back to what you really loved. So do you still do financial planning, or are you a full-time business owner with
I am a full-time ballroom dance studio and event venue owner, and keep very busy with that. We do still have our business, but somebody else takes care of all that for me, so I don't have to get involved in that anymore. Yeah. The good thing about it, though, is that all of that background led me to be able to do this business. If I didn't have the accounting background and the business background, I could never have done what I did here.
Isn't it funny how we can look back on our lives and see different skills that we learned and different places that we were put just worked perfectly towards where you are now. Like you said, you wouldn't have been able to do that without learning those skills, and I'm sure that's like you said, an even better business owner. And So tell me a little more about your business. What do you guys do? What do you offer? Let us know a little bit more about that.
So we are a true ballroom dance studio. It's adult instruction for primarily couples and individuals who want to come and learn a new skill, get some fitness, compete. It's really all across the gambit of dancing, but for 18-year-olds and up, and we have some 80-year-olds that we teach. So that's our primary business is dance instruction, and we do private lessons, we do group lessons, we do dance fitness, and we also go to competitions, and we have in-house showcases. We just have a lot of fun, and that's our primary goal, is to have fun in our dance side.
Yes.
And then the other side, when we're not dancing, we rent the studio for private events.
Okay, that was what I was going to ask you. I'm like, you said event planning, so continue with that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So for half the time that I've been here, we weren't able to have events in the studio due to some restrictions. But about COVID is when we started thinking about it again and planning for it. And it really picked up after we were able to open back up. So we do, it's a small studio. So our capacity is small, but it's perfect for intimate receptions and birthday parties and weddings. We've actually had weddings and receptions all in one on our space here. And yeah, it's just an open floor that has a lot of creative opportunity.
Oh my goodness, it's a beautiful, from what I can see, it's a beautiful space. And having planned 2 wedding receptions in my life now, well, 3 including my own, but for my daughters, like being able to have it in a beautiful open space with all that lighting and the ability to have a dance floor, which is such a fun traditional part of a wedding, event or reception. And then, like you said, so many other events that it would be so fun to have there. So okay, so Jerilyn, tell us a little bit about how you found Mailbox Power and maybe what problems you were trying to solve, or why you were looking for a direct mail platform to help you.
Yes, and that goes back even before I became an owner here. I looked for ways to support myself after I left the financial services firm, because I really did cut the ties there. And so I had been involved in some networking groups that had introduced me to platforms like Mailbox Power, but more on the personal greeting side, which more of a one-on-one relationship building tool. And I had used it and actually marketed it for a number of years, but there was always something missing. There was a piece of it that I wanted to use for business and that I wanted to use for time saving that just wasn't there. And I was about to give it up totally and go in another direction when I learned about Mailbox Power. And I learned about it from some people that I knew in the industry. So I saw it and I gave it a shot immediately, because it looked like it was just what I had always been looking for. And as it's turned out, it has been the most beneficial thing for the studio that I could have ever asked for.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love hearing that. Like the help of other people in the same industry and in the same, space where you are saying, hey, I'm doing this. It's working for me. You should check it out. I love that. Just, that sharing of great information and of great tips between business owners. And so tell everyone, Jerilyn, how do you use Mailbox Power? What are the features that you use? What are the products that you send? Give us a little peek into how you're using Mailbox Power for your business.
Well, the main thing that I use it for is for automated follow-up. My student base is very small, but they're diverse and all over the place in terms of their work and their extracurricular activities. So it helps me not only to welcome new people into the studio on a regular automated basis, because I have a welcome automation set up.
Yes,
and Then, as a student becomes involved in the studio, we use it for all kinds of celebration. We do birthday campaign, and we do holiday cards, and even congratulation cards when a student does something really well, or we have an event and we just want to congratulate everybody. Because I love the fact that you can put the pictures or create your own image on it, and dancing has so much opportunity to celebrate with pictures. So it makes it easy for us to continue the celebration of dance after an event is over. And I would say, for me, that is a lot because it saves me time and it keeps me in touch with our students when as a small business and a small business owner, there's not a lot of time because I do still dance and I have to keep that up.
Yes. You want
But the business comes first, and we want to make sure it runs well. So everyone loves to get our thank you cards. We also we teach a lot of wedding couples. So after a wedding couple comes in and learns their wedding dance, we send them congratulations card for their wedding because it's usually pretty close after that. And I have it set up for not the birthday automation, but the anniversary automation. So it goes out on their wedding date, and they get a congratulations card after that.
Okay, I love that. I haven't heard that before in any of the interviews. I hear so much about birthday marketing because we look at that at Mailbox Power as one of the 5 core automations that you should have set up is a birthday, right? But an anniversary for your business is, a lot of businesses have like anniversaries. For example, dental offices, you need to come in every 6 months to get your teeth cleaned, or, it's been the anniversary of the first time we saw you, or, we're so excited to have you as a client for a year. But
it's very powerful. It is.
Yes.
Yeah. And because we typically see a wedding couple a very short period of time, and they may or may not come back because it's their first year of marriage and who knows what they're going to be doing. So we like to stay in touch with them, and it's the perfect way to do that, and just to let them know we are glad they came in and we're happy that their dance went well and hope they'll come back soon.
I loved what you said, Jerilyn, about celebrations and just because what you're doing, dancing is fun, right? Your business is fun. Like having events where people are coming and celebrating, maybe it's a 50-year anniversary, maybe it is a wedding, maybe it's a birthday, but whatever the event is, like everything that you're doing is so fun. And so I love that. I feel like Mailbox Power fits in so well because it is fun to send gifts. It's fun to send cards. It's fun to have people, receive those and hear how excited they were to get your card or your postcard, or, wow, thanks for remembering our anniversary. You were the only one who did besides my husband, right? Or something.
Right. Or maybe not. Yeah. I think that the combination of customization and personalizing the cards and then the automation is magic.
Is magic.
For any business owner.
I agree. Jerilyn, is there any particular story or time when you've used Mailbox Power, you received a message or something happened because of something you sent that kind of sticks out in your mind? Like maybe your favorite, customer story or favorite automation or project that you sent that you were like, this was so fun to send, that you could share?
Yes. And I'm so glad you asked this question because it's one that I'll never forget. When we closed under mandatory closing requirements for COVID, I didn't know if we were going to have a studio because of the nature of our business. And so, or if we were, how long it would take to get back to normal. And so we spent a lot of time just, trying to figure out money and all that went with, closing a business for 2 months is what we had to close for. We decided we were going to use Mailbox Power for reaching out to our students just to let them know that we hope it's not over and we're planning to come back.
We're still here.
We're still here. We're planning to come back. And one of our Mailbox Power affiliates created a gift project that was called Social Survival Kit, I believe. And It was one of the customized boxes that you can put a message on the top of the box and then add a gift, add a card. And I created a box for every student that had been with us when we closed,
Oh,
about 75 students. And everybody got the social survival kit from us with our logo and our special message on a card and caramel popcorn. So it was fun for me to put it together. I didn't know what was going to happen because some people weren't even opening their mail during this time. But
yes, right. Yeah.
the most encouraging thing was that I got 75 calls
Oh
or
my
emails or texts.
goodness.
I heard from every student that got that box.
Jerilyn,
And
that is so that is so heartwarming. That is so amazing.
it was amazing. And the other amazing fact is that because I feel like because partly of that, our students stayed with us while we were closed and they kept us open.
Oh, I'm so touched by that story. Like just the fact that they love the business that you have. They love you as an owner. They wanted to continue to dance during that time and couldn't, but saw you reaching out saying, "Hey, I hope you're okay." During COVID, it's an emotional thing. I'm a business owner too, outside of my consulting with Mailbox Power, and I love my clients. I love the people that I work with, and they have supported me, and just like your clients have supported you. How cool. And a little shout out to Bob Wilcox, because I think he's the one that created that project. But what a genius thing for you to do, to say, "Hey, we want to make sure you're okay. We're still here. You're still here. We hope to see you soon." But 75 like phone calls coming back to you saying, "Hey."
My phone was blowing up, my texts were blowing up, my email. It was amazing. It was really amazing.
Well,
And
and people feel very isolated. So to be getting something like that, it really was like, someone reaching out and saying, "Hey, this is tough on us. I know it's tough on you. Let's stick
we're
together."
gonna make it.
You came back,
We
and
did.
look at your business now. You're thriving and successful and busy. What a great that I'm so happy that Mailbox Power could be a part of that. That is very,
Oh,
very exciting.
I will be forever grateful. And I also feel like that it just continued to grow. It just helped us to when you reach out to your base, your clients, your customers, our
Yes.
students, you hear that that's important to do. Not every business owner takes the time to do that, but it really nailed it home for me that that's what I needed to focus on is our students and not worry about anybody else. Because if your students are happy, they're going to tell everybody about you. They posted on social media. They
Oh,
were
yes.
so happy that it really did a lot for us. And I'm so proud to be a part of this company.
Oh, Jerilyn, you're awesome. I think that you just hit so much on what the real core of Mailbox Power is, and that is just building those relationships, nurturing those relationships. It's so fun to send. Like one of my favorite books is The Go Giver, and it's just, it's so fun to send things to people. It's so fun to have that amazing exchange of positive energy between you of, "You know what, I appreciate you, you appreciate me, thank you, I want you to know that." And that's what we're all about here. So as we get ready to close our interview, Jerilyn, is there anything else that you would like to share? If someone is watching this and they haven't used Mailbox Power, they're thinking about maybe adding gifting or cards or more personalized direct mail products to their marketing, what would you tell them? What would be your advice?
Well, I would say that just like anything on the creative side of life, Mailbox Power is different. It's not your normal communication. It's not a letter. It's not plain. It's not ordinary. It's very special. And the minute you can make a separation from the normal and create something special for your customers, you're going to win regardless what happens.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that's a great quote. Like just the creative side and creating something special for your customers that you're going to win. So Jerilyn, thank you so much for letting me interview you today,
Thank you.
for sharing your beautiful studio with us so we could see it and just your kind spirit and just everything that you offer to your clients and how much you love your business. I think this has been such a great interview, and so good for business owners to hear from other business owners like you. So,
well, I appreciate your asking me and the opportunity, and I look forward to continuing to use Mailbox Power for a very long time.
yay, that's what we hope. That's what we hope. So if you're watching this interview today, or you have found us somewhere and you are wondering about Mailbox Power, you can go to mailboxpower.com and check us out there. You can chat in with us. We can answer questions. You can get started doing just what Jerilyn has been doing, which is sending cards and gifts personalized for your clients to build relationships and to create lasting relationships that will build your business. So thank you again, Jerilyn. Everyone who's joined us, have a great rest of your day. And we appreciate you joining us today. It's been awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.